What's up, Union Arena players? This is Kyle D, better known as Universities, and we're going to shed some light on my situation. We're going to be talking none other than a event that just happened recently, and that was GG Haven's Cardboard Classic Half Case Tournament. Really cool to get this information because this shows off the skills of our player base, and it's kind of diverse for once. Let's be honest, it's never usually this diverse of a format with so many topping decks in the top 16. But guys, especially for smaller pool events, this does happen from time to time. Larger events, you start seeing more and more top end decks, right? But without further ado, let's dive in the video and talk about it.
So guys, if you want to help support the channel with no extra cost, please use the affiliate link down below. It costs you nothing to support the channel, and it's just a great way of doing it while you're checking out cards that you are always ready going to be paying for. So without further ado, let's get into it.
So thank Eggman Events for getting this data here. Taking a look here, we have 44 players, 5 rounds. That is almost a full regional. So remember, usually regionals are 8 to 7 rounds, so getting up to 5s is really good. So no surprise, Spear taking first, but we have the Toguro brothers, Sukuna, Chichiro, Rei, Spear, Kenchin, Shinji, Kikuru, Toshi, Spear, Chichiro, Willie, Shadow Army, Chichiro, and then Juju Island Raid. So the Juju Island Raid deck, let's take a look here. This is crazy. So if you guys don't know, this is the Japanese Hunters. Deck is really solid. The fact that it has the ability to keep tempo, and a lot of its work comes from, you know, cards like this that can give a DP boost to characters that you need, you know, and also just getting 5 cards in your hand, it gains impact, plus 1000 becomes a 5k swinger. This thing is really powerful as well. So when a 4th Juju affiliate card on your field without Japanese Hunter is sidelined, all Japanese Hunter affiliate cards gain. When sidelined, add this card until the end of the turn. When played, choose up to 1 character on the field. It gains 1000 DP until the end of the turn. If you have 7 more cards in your hand, switch up to 2 of your APs to active. You can only activate 1 of this each ability 1 time each turn. Really good. The fact that we have access to this card, this deck has good legs to stand on, to be honest with you. Has a lot going for it. You know, this being able to give a character impact is really good. The fact that your ability to kind of just make sure your hand size stays even every time you play something. You know, you have your 3 cost that's going to draw you a card. You have, you know, this one's going to 1 for 1. You know, she plays, she's going to draw a card, then switch this character active. It gains 1000 DP until the end of the turn, and you can only activate, you know, this. You only need 3 Japanese Hunter. And since we are only playing 1, 2, 3, 3 of your targets in your deck are non-Japanese Hunters. Actually, 4. So most likely getting to 3 Japanese Hunters is very easy in this deck. And the fact that this deck has some good standings really does prove the point. Now, we have Chichiro here. This deck plus the Hakuri, being able to have like a starter deck Kenchin that's going to push something to the energy line is really good. The fact that it can take the special that you tucked underneath it and you get to add it to your hand, being able to filter, add cards back to your hand is really good. So yeah, the fact that it also has some defensive plays as well is really good to help you out, because A, it's just what you want to be doing. You know, cards that kind of 1 for 1 recycle themselves. Char is extremely good for the deck. You know, you got your removals, you got your AP restands. Togo being able to cheat itself in and get an extra attack in when your opponent's not ready, because he can just cheat himself in. Really good. Now, here is Shadow Armies. Taking a look here, they are playing the 4-cost Raid Sun Jin Woo. Again, it is a choice. You could do the Force Block one or this one. It's up to you in preference. To be honest with you, I like the force block one a little bit better because those trades that are force blocked, you know, you get a piece back from your trash, and sometimes that's enough to pop you off again. Which, again, I really would like that more often than not. But all in all, I think the deck has a lot of good legs to stand on. And to be honest with you, minus the setup, I mean, I don't know. Like, building this deck, it is almost 1-for-1 what I am working with right now. And it's really good to see that my decision is in the right direction. 2 Barrows. I'm on 2 Igris because I want to have more Sunjin Woos. And I'm on 4 Rise. They're on 3. I get it. Because then they keep their 12 drops. But Shadow Monarch is the only thing I'm questioning because, like, I like Mutilate. I want to be able to remove threats off the board. So, if I'm not consistently doing that, and I'm using Shadow Monarch, I don't know. I like where they're going with this list. It kind of shows where, design-wise, for Shadow Monarchs, you kind of want to be at. It's a really good list. You have to be really comfortable with it. You got to use Bureau effectively, everything like that. Now, we do have Willie. Again, Willie's kind of nerfed, right? It came in nerf. There was just... They lost the card in their engine, so they're not as consistent. And that hurt the deck a lot. But great to see Willie actually popping off. This is a new one. Act like that. He's less an idiot, more of a brat. So choose one character on your opponent's front line and lose 1,000 PvP until the end of turn. Switch up to one of your APs. Switch it to active. Wow. That's actually not bad. Now, do you pop off thing? Okay, I kind of see where it's going. It combos with your raids and stuff like that. Okay. I see where they're going with it. But yeah, I'm kind of happy Willie did something. Now, again, we know what Chichiro does. Again, just being able to double attack by discarding 3 cards. You have effects that kind of can help you back with the chars. You know, everything's great for this deck. It has, I feel like, is the better Kenchin. But we'll have to see. Now, we do have Spear, you know, AA Wonder and everything like that. Again, we'll probably have to reevaluate on stuff like this because I want to know if the ban list comes this week and it's for next week. Huge game changer, right? Then we have none other than Toshiro Kenpachi. So again, Toshi being able to lock down the energy line is really important in some matchups because this shuts down double energy generators and guarantees an attack not hitting you or blocking, especially in a format with Spear. Being able to lock down Wonder's ability to block is huge. So I get where they're coming from. Very solid choices. Nothing out of the ordinary here. This is very common what you find. Now, Kikaru is very interesting. A lot of people are not on this, which is completely understandable. They're not really into yellow, you know, Kaiju number 8. But taking a look with this deck is super aggressive and it gets under a lot of decks pretty quickly. We've been seeing this deck pop up from time to time in events, especially when Spear was early adapted. And it's good to see that the deck is holding strong. The fact that it does play on a 3 curve so that it's not always playing on the 4 curve changes pace of everything, being that the Reno raid is able to cheat out. You know, if another character with 3 energy or less is on the same line, this character gains, you know, becomes a 4K, and then play up to 1 yellow with 3 or less energy requirement and 1 AP from your head, set it to resting on the field. So most likely being able to punch in with what you have. Great aggression, very powerful, you know, no unique removals, but this is really defense force Takoachi base. Look at the top 3 card, reveal up to 1 character with 3. Oh, okay. Filtering. Okay, and switch to resting, sideline discard, play up to... Okay, okay, okay. I see what you're doing here. Very easy to cheat out stuff with the... Okay, okay. I can get with it. I love the added attacks sometimes. Just what you're not always expecting things, but that's kind of cool. Now, we do have Red Eva. Red Eva just takes advantage with its DMS phase, type 1, to get in those multi-attacks in at that end of turn, being able to kill your opponent. The fact that they have their 6, being able to pop something and when it sidelines, you know, draw 2 cards, reduces the play cost of the next Shinji. So yeah, like, or type 0. Again, great deck, very powerful. You know, your opponent has to be playing really well. This deck rewards a good strategist on it and a very good pilot. Kenchin. We know what Kenchin does at this point. Very powerful deck. Megamine is very interesting when played. Choose up to one of the following: one character, add one character with one from your hand, from your sideline to your hand. Choose up to one other character, gains up 15,000 DP until the end of the term. So again, she's in here really just to come down and boost that Kenchin, especially get over those 5Ks. So she's another help to push back the big boys. And it's completely understandable, right? So at the end of the day, very good deck. Kenchin is one of those gatekeepers, but it's really good to only see one Kenchin. Spear, again, we're taking a look at you, Spear. Just taking a look. Sounds... 3 different APs just to confuse people. I love it. I love it. If people are tracking APs, AP restanders, yep, that's just how you do it. I love it. I like the cheekiness, to be honest with you. Only 3 Oskis? Ooh, wow. Now, Yellow Ray, this is just kind of the staple list you kind of just see, right? There's nothing really out of the ordinary here. Well, yeah. For Eva. You know what? We talked about Chichiro as well. Now, Sukuna coming into the format is always interesting to me. You don't always see it, but when it comes in, it just sometimes is just that deck, right? Fingers are very powerful. The fact that we have 6-cost Sukuna, so if you can get all of them, you can just... If 4 more Sukunas are in your sideline, 3 instead, you know, your opponent returns that many. You know, an end of game play with this card is just coming it down. Remove the 3 characters off the board, and then you get your attacks in comfortably, right? So, very important just to take a look at strategies sometimes. This is just really good for player base. And there's nothing like out of the ordinary that's brand new, you know, besides this Yuji Itadori color trigger, and then you have this Yuji Itadori. But again, you need this color trigger, and they're only playing 3 color triggers. Impressive. You know, I'm always impressed when I see this. The Toguro brothers. This deck is a definitely pilot depender. Knowledge is key on this, and being able to apply pressure. The fact that Elder can make it so that your younger Toguro can come in for dirt cheap. And again, he's a 3 damage impact 1. If your opponent does not have a special answer for him, and they can just make sure that threats are off the board, this thing's just really, really strong. Choose up to 1 character with 4,000 DP on your front line, sideline it. You know, coming in, removes a threat, blankets the board. Yeah, this thing's just a powerhouse in himself, right? So, just something to always be mindful of, especially for the younger Toguro, Elder Toguros. And then Spear finally taking in first place. But again, just really impressed to see the most diverse tournament I've seen all season, to be honest with you. But what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. Did you like this video? Are you guys excited for, you know, the big next regional we have that's coming up in next weekend? Let me know down in the comments. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace.